All right, here we go to the Great Basin Fiber Arts Fair. Hello, my name is Emily Crow from The Cozy Crow and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is another vlog. I've been doing quite a few of these lately. I just haven't really had time to do other sit-down videos in addition to my podcast and my vlogs, and there's been a lot of fun stuff going on. So today we are going to the Great Basin Fiber Arts Fair, which is taking place in Farmington, Utah, just north of Salt Lake, and I've been a couple times before, and I actually have a video from last year. Yes, from last year. So I'll make sure to link it up above and down below if you're interested in seeing and kind of comparing how this year is compared to the last year. And we're just going to be walking around trying to capture what it's like at this fair. I really enjoy seeing all these local makers. And I remember from last year's that there weren't so many people. It's not like a huge event, but there are a number of people. It's not like totally empty either. So I feel like there's a good mix of, there's plenty there, but it's not chaotic like some festivals I've been to. Well-known folk. I'm looking forward to going again this year. It is Friday, the first day. It opened about 45 minutes ago and I already had a hard time finding parking. They've had changes in parking this year, and so they have a couple of random lots they pointed out, and this lot that was closer was full when I first went through, but as I was passing it to go to a different lot that's like a 5-minute walk away, a spot opened up, so it worked out perfectly. I'm ready to go inside. It is raining. I brought my umbrella, got my bag. I don't really have any plans for things to grab, so probably I'll just grab a couple random skeins that really need to come home with me. Maybe some exclusive things from the show. This yarn for my shawl is actually from the Great Basin Fiber Arts Fair. Last year it was the exclusive colorway that Yarnaceous Fibers did. This is the Great Basin Spring colorway. It is gorgeous. It's like a pink and cream base with some purple speckles, but also some greens, yellows. Super cute. I bought the sock set last year. I just finished this test knit. It's the Skagit Valley shawl, and I'll make sure to link down below, and keep an eye out for my latest podcast where I share with you a coupon code and a giveaway for this pattern from my friend Ashley, who designed it. I am really excited that I have this to wear to the fair, hopefully to show Maggie from Yarnaceous Fibers that I made something with her yarn. I'm really excited, especially because this was the exclusive colorway last year for her yarn. So we'll see if I find any fun exclusive yarns. I am in much more of an accessories era of my knitting right now, and then as far as like crochet goes, I'm more in like a blanket, maybe a little bit of amigurumi type of era, so probably some sock yarns or some yarns for little shawls or hats or things like that is kind of what I'm envisioning, but we'll see what sparks my interest. I'll try to do some looking around, capturing some video, and sharing with you guys what it'll look like, and then I'll do another pass and make some purchases. Ready to go in, except I have to go to the bathroom. I don't know where the porta potties are. Okay, I don't know where the bathrooms are, but I know where lunch is. I like your llamas, or alpacas, excuse me. Cute.
Well, you know, funny fact, they're all in the same family, so it's llama, mama alpaca.
Oh, okay.
Alpacas
Technically a llama in a way. Okay. I love that. Do you guys have your own farm?
Yes, we have 22 animals. All of the alpaca and any of these products are from our animals that we have raised.
Uh-huh.
We've got 5 more on the way.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
Are you a spinner?
I'm not.
We can fix that problem.
I'm like,
Instead of just pulling simple little loops, you pull taller pieces and then you sculpt it with a pair of scissors to
Yeah.
get it to the shape and size you want. You give it that dimension.
can you do a little video of what you're doing? I think this is really cool. Oh. So is that like felted? The like felted wool that's been like snipped into strands?
The wool is usually you can buy wool yardage off the bolt. Or I usually buy wool clothing at a thrift store. I dismantle it, dye it to be the color I want, and then I cut it into strips and use that. So just pull up little loops. So my underneath hand is holding the strip of wool, and I just grab a hold of it with a hook and pull up a loop. And so you can change directions and make your loops taller or shorter.
Very cool.
So you just hook until the whole thing is filled up.
are all one of a kind, and they all have the organizers inside.
love how the texture just like pops off the page. my 3-year-old wanted to come today, and I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for that. Like,
Feel that?
yeah, let me hide the ends. Like, I got here, I'm like, oh yeah, I never tied those in. Whoops. Cute! I love it. What are you making?
Carton.
It smells so good over here. finished. All right, back in my car. It is raining again. It's been kind of off and on. So happy, had such a great time. I'll talk about it more when I get home, and I will share with you what I bought when all things were said and done. So let's drive on home, and then we'll do a little rundown of how Great Basin Fiber Arts Fair went for me, which I had a great time. I always have a good time. That's why I come, but I'll share a little bit more with you later. All right, let's talk about my haul. Let me get organized for a second. Okay, like I was saying, I had a really fun time at the Great Basin Fiber Arts Fair this year. More fun than I've had in the past. I think that's attributed to a lot of things. The thing that I love the most this year is that I got to really talk with some makers about what they were doing at their booth and what got them started, what they were passionate about, and to just hear and learn their stories was really interesting and fulfilling for me as a consumer to just like learn about people and enjoy who they are. I definitely did this more at the very beginning than towards the end when it felt like there were more people coming in and out, and I think it just was the flow of traffic with classes and things. But I'm really glad that I got to have a chance to talk with a few makers that I hadn't met before and to like really get to know them, so much so that they recognized me when I came back around and actually made my purchases. That was really, really cool. I have quite a bit of things to share with you. I'm going to try to be quick because I know this part can get pretty long, and I'll also try to share with you if I have any project in mind. For most of these, I don't have a specific pattern, but I have an idea of the kind of thing that I want to make with this yarn. Okay, first, this was one of the first stops that I made and just got to really talk to the owner and get to know them. This is Nedson Knits. And they are local to me here in Utah, which I had no idea about. I had been following them on Instagram for a while, and this is part of their American Heritage collection. So she shared her story, and it was really cool to hear how she was down in Moab, was exposed to some fleece from a local farmer there and bought some, and then realized I don't know what to do with it, sent it to a mill, and when that yarn came back, her inspiration was sparked and she fell in love with that yarn and wanted to share local Utah and Intermountain yarn with other people, because I didn't know this before. I recently heard this, that Utah is the 5th largest producer of sheep, and most of our sheep are used for wool products, not for meat. And bonkers, like that is insane. And why is there not as much local yarn here? So I really wanted to support that goal of hers and to like build up the local yarn economy. And so I really wanted to buy some of this more local yarn. This is a light gray taupey color, and this base is Rummeldale, which she said she loved. That was the first fiber that she ever got from this person in Moab, and it was her first experience with like local fiber, turning it into yarn, falling in love. It's got a little bit of like tooth to it, but it's pretty soft. It feels really sturdy. And so my thought for this, I think I'm gonna make gloves with this. It's a finger and weight base, a 2-ply, and I think that I want to make gloves because when I think about mittens versus gloves, mittens are like to keep your hands warm when you're in the cold. Gloves are to keep your hands warm while you're doing something in the cold because you need your fingers. So I think this will be good for gloves, and that'll be a new experience. I've never knit gloves before. I've knit and crocheted mittens before, but I've never made gloves with fingers, and so that would be a fun way to stretch me. So also Nitty Natty made some gloves recently and it piqued my interest. I also got this local fiber that is alpaca, and it is indeed black. Apparently alpaca yarn is rarely black. They come in a whole sort of colors. I think they said like 21 or 22 shades that have been verified, and black is not very common. And so I kind of wanted something different, though black yarn is a turn the lights on, bright daytime type of knitting for me, not an in bed with the lights down low, getting ready to fall asleep kind of knitting. So I think I want to make with this yarn some mittens. I don't know, I'm in a mittens gloves type of kick, and I feel like this will work better for the mittens because they'll be really cozy. I don't have to worry as much about fiddly fingers with black yarn. And it's alpaca. I'm not sure how it'll wear. It is a grade 2, I think. Yeah, grade 2. So it's not like the super, super fine, soft yarn, but the higher the grade, a little bit more sturdy it is, if that's correct. That's my understanding. These both came from the same alpaca. Their name is June. And this is fingering weight yarn. When I was looking at patterns, it looked like I would need maybe around 300 yards. Each of these is about 200, yeah, about 200 yards. So I'll make one with each. I'm really excited to be using some more local fiber from the Utah area. And my favorite hat that I ever made was made with local fiber from California. When I lived in California, like, I met the sheep, I found the yarn and learned it was from that sheep, and I made a hat with it. And so that's really special. I would love to make some other things out of more locally based fiber and yarn. So those are some really fun projects I'm interested in making. Some other things that are a little bit more general, like I like making socks, so I bought some more sock yarn. This is Special Wish Upon a Star yarn. This is from Candy Shop Yarns, and I love pastels. The way this is packaged is so cute. Candy Shop Yarns does an amazing job at staging their shows, at staging their trunk shows, all the decorations, just the vibes are so, so good. The way they do their packaging, and it really tied me in. Oh, there's a hair of mine. I love that it's got this like periwinkle, purpley, with a little bit of this like golden yellow. So, so pretty. These will be socks probably. Who knows when, but it makes my heart happy. I also made sure to stop by Yarnaceous Fibers, Maggie's booth, and she actually has 2 sock sets this year for the Great Basin Fiber Arts Fair. Last year she has one, which is this one that I already talked about, Great Basin Spring, which I loved. So I wanted to support her again this year, and I love her yarn, but there's so many good variegated colors that I have a hard time picking. So I limited myself to the show colors. This one is Tricera Ba. Greeny with this pink in it. This rosy color mauve. So cute. I think I like this one even more. This is Sheeposaurus Rex. So cute with these purples and blues. And she even had some stickers made by Cerulean Designs, I think, that had like dinosaurs with like woolly coats on them, like dinosaur sheep hybrids, which was really cute. I've got this skein that I am hoping to make into a hat. I'm not sure if I'll do a muscle bra, but something pretty simple, I think. This is by Bird and Begonia. They are a local dyer that lives up in Ogden, I think they said, and they work at Needlepoint Joint. I don't know how to pronounce this. Rachel. R-A-C-H-A-L. An interesting Rachel or Rachel. I'm not sure, but this is a fingering weight yarn. I just love this color of like sandy, goldy beige. And I love this like pink and cream, little speckles of other colors in there too. And I think that this would be really fun. The dyer told me that this pulls really, really well. This is really cool color pooling. And so I'm really interested to see how it looks knit up in like a hat circumference. It feels nice and sturdy. This is her old base. She has a different 75-25 base now. This is a little bit more plump of the 75-25, but I prefer that. I'm looking forward to working with it. I think I will really enjoy it. Yeah, I think that'll be a really cool hat. And then another pair of probably socks. This is a little gobstopper from PK Yarn. Oh, so pretty. What's this color called? Leg warmers. I should have remembered that. This dyer, Pamela Kirschman, was saying that she teaches dance and sometimes she makes leg warmers for her students, which I think is so sweet. It looked like she was actually using this yarn to make leg warmers when I was there. So that was fun to see her knitting something up. Some fun pastels. I love pastels. And I saw this mini, I don't know if it has a name. Yes, Hyacinth. As like a fun pop of color, but also thematically, I feel like it goes with it. Cute, cute, cute. Those will probably be socks. Then my final yarn purchase is from Sinful Yarn, and this is colorway I've been eyeing on her Etsy and Instagram, and she is local to me, but I didn't want to pay shipping, and so I just was hoping and waiting that I would run into her yarn at a local store or see her at a fiber festival and could buy this yarn from her, because I didn't want to pay shipping. Which is silly, because I could have just reached out to her and asked if we could like meet up so that I didn't have to pay for shipping. Which she was like, you should have done that. Sorry, Alaska. Now I know, but I still got the yarn that I've been eyeballing. This is the Lover colorway from Sinful Yarn. It's an 85-15 superwash merino and nylon blend. I am thinking, first of all, this is beautiful. Again, pastels, also with these fun pink speckles, these hot pinks. I'm thinking I might make a tee with this. I got enough yarn I can make a tee, or I can make a shawl or something like that. This will be a showstopper type of piece, definitely. Not exactly sure what I want to make out of that, but I've been eyeing this yarn for a long time, so I wanted to actually buy it. I also got a cute little bag. This is from Snickle and Mr. B, which looks like it's the two doggies. Oh, so cute. This bag has some kitties with a whole bunch of fruit. They're just really adorable. And the inside has some bananas. It's got some pockets, 2 pockets. It's a good size for a small project. And this fabric on the bottom is like really, really soft. It's a box bottom. I'm excited. It's like a medium-sized bag. I could probably fit 2 skeins and other junk very comfortably in this drawstring bag, but I could definitely squish a lot more in if I needed to. I would say like a 2 to 3 skein project would be comfortably fit. You could close it still in this type of a bag. I got a couple stitch marker things. So this is Happy Creative Studios, a local maker. And can you see that? It's a rainbow fish with some pretty markers that match the colors. I don't know why. It's not like I was obsessed with rainbow fish growing up, but for some reason this was calling to me. So I got it. Super cute. Can never have too many markers. And also I love these 5 stitch marker sets, because you can have like a raglan increase and also have a beginning of round marker. And it's very clear that this wooden one is the beginning of round marker, and the other 4 can be like your raglan increases. So I really like that. That makes me very happy that I can use one set for an entire garment that does a raglan increase, that is. Finally, I stopped at Dragonhorn Yarns, and I love their yarn. It's like really not for me though, in the types of projects I want to make and the types of colors that I wear, but they have a really distinct dye style, and so I definitely recommend you check them out. But I was able to find some things that were still calling to me. This is this cute little stitch marker, and it's a ghosty little mauve and gold and white ghosty. So cute. And candles. This is called Violent Little Thing. It's the Love Spell scent. Yes, this is my favorite. I smelled all the candles multiple times trying to pick which one I wanted. This is the one I chose, but they had like a half dozen. They were like book inspired. So there was one called Bibliophile. There was one called Wing Leader. This is the pairing with that. After Violence. There was, I think there was a Resand and the High Lady. I'm trying to remember. I have not read ACOTAR yet. So these are just from what I remember in my brain being mentioned. I think it was called the High Lady was the other one. And there was like a Book Boyfriend. I don't know. They were just really fun. This is the one that I got. So yes, that is my haul. I am keeping track of how many full skeins of yarn I bring into my life and how many I use up, so that I can hopefully have a net negative when it all is said and done. Though definitely going to fairs and festivals like this increase my buying. I think that for July, which is the Utah Yarn Crawl, that I may have a specific project in mind, or I might make like socks or something and get like mini skeins from every store. I might have some type of direction in my purchasing for the Yarn Crawl. But for today, I just wanted to enjoy being there and getting to know people and just experiencing the atmosphere. Unfortunately, I can't go to the knit night that's tonight. They have a knit night, which is really fun. And so a lot of people were asking me like, oh, are you gonna go to knit night? Not, I've got other things I need to do with my family tonight, but hopefully next year I can plan on doing the knit night. And they also had like the pettifold and pearl, like they had the photo op that I showed in my vlog portion of this video, and they had some yummy goodies and some tea, which is really fun. They had some classes and demos going on that I was not able to catch, just how my schedule has been. This is a busy weekend for me, and so I did what I could, and I'm glad that I could just take it slow through the marketplace, get to know some people and chat around, and then I could go back and I could shop and support these makers too, because it was a really nice festival. It's totally free. Parking was free too. It just was a little bit trickier to find parking this year because they're like redoing parking lots at this event center, so that's not the event's fault, but they did a good job at sending out pictures and having signs up trying to direct you where the parking is. And they had some accessible parking, so for those who needed like ADA parking, they had some spots, but I didn't want to take up one of those spots, obviously. I smell some like wood smoke from our neighbor. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. It's probably time for me to end the video. I had a really fun time. I really enjoyed going to this fair. This is the third year that I have been. I went once when I was in college or finishing up college, and I went last year and I went this year. So it's just been a fun tradition to make a point to go up there, even though it's a little bit of a drive. And it's fun to be seeing people and starting to recognize people from online or, you know, from other festivals that I've met up with, and being able to like start to form those fiber friendships, which is really nice. I have a hard time being social sometimes, and so I really appreciate events like this and everyone being able to support one another in our love for the fiber arts, whatever that looks like for you, whether that's a lot of purchasing or not, whether it's weaving or spinning or rug making or knitting or crocheting, or whether you dye yarn or whatnot. Like, there's so many facets, and because it is a specific fiber arts fair, you find your people there, which is really nice. I need to figure out what I'm going to cast on first. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards this hat because I really want to see how this works up, but we'll see what I cast on next. And make sure to follow me along on my podcast videos. I come out with a podcast every month sharing the things I'm working on, recent things I finished, recent things that I've purchased, or, you know, or yarn related things I brought into my life that I want to share with you. And in this upcoming podcast, I'm going to be sharing a giveaway and a coupon code for this pattern that I test knit for Ashley of Goose and Ghost Knits. This is the Skagit Valley shawl, so make sure to check that podcast video out. I'll link it up above and down below when that video is available so that you can get in on that giveaway and the discount code. But yes, I would love to see you back here if you enjoyed this type of fiber arts content. I also talk about some bookish things too, so you're definitely welcome to check out some of those. And until next time, happy making.